leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, and welcome to Laughter Saves Lives Live with Pat Barone and John Santo. Absent is John LaRocchia.
John LaRocchia is on assignment. He's
He's on assignment. He'll be back next week.
Do you want to tell her what his assignment is?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's top secret.
I don't.
Top
It
secret?
is secret. So we have a great show tonight.
I wanted to give it up. I mean,
Right.
I thought it was funny, but no.
We have tonight. We have Ellen Karas, the Greek goddess of comedy, coming on tonight.
Oh, wow.
We're going to
She's
talk
good.
a little baseball, a little Yankees.
Yes.
Yankees Mets.
Mets,
opening
Yankees,
day.
Mets, Yankees.
Well, alphabetically, you're right. Although I am predicting 100 for the Mets. Losses, that is. But nonetheless, it will be 100. And
Hey, listen, I'm a Met fan all my life, I guess since 73. And this is the best, favorite time of the year, opening day, very optimistic.
you got
Clean slate.
Around June, the optimism really runs out usually, but
Yes.
it's and actually it's on my birthday this year. Opening day never happened before.
Nice.
Happy birthday, early birthday.
It'll be Thursday, my birthday, but I'll say it's never happened before, and I was thinking of going to the game. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it would be cool.
Tickets are so expensive.
Yeah, I know.
And they sell those standing room only tickets, which is reprehensible.
No, I won't. I wouldn't
Yeah,
do that.
No, but they're all.
That's good for John because he roams
Because
around
he
the
runs
stadium.
around
He
all
roams
over
around
the
the
place,
stadium
right.
anyway.
Yeah, but all those people, the lines are longer for the
Right.
food. It's too much. The stadium is only built for so many people. That's all they should have in there.
And that's why I don't. That's why I'm not a big fan of Citi Field. I mean, it's a nicer stadium than Shea and everything.
Oh, my God,
But a
it's so
Shea
much better than
Stadium.
Shea.
I
Yeah,
gotta
it's so
tell
much.
you,
But Shea
I even
Stadium,
think it's
I
nicer
think
than the New
Shea
Yankee
rocked
Stadium.
when there was a game. There was real fans.
Of course.
Real fans were at the
Of course.
game. The Citi Field's like real corporate. Everybody's hanging around. Nobody's in the seats.
Yeah, but it's so much. The ambiance is so much better.
no,
there.
don't get me wrong. It's beautiful, but
Shea
I'm saying
Stadium was a concrete slab with seats attached to it.
you're 100%
Yeah, but
correct.
it had its personality.
It was
It did.
100% correct. I have too many memories there, but when the game was on, everybody was in their seat watching it. When you sit at Citi Field, everybody's at the concession stand hanging out. It's all that.
They got
there's
the beer garden there,
club,
right?
And I heard Yankee Stadium a lot's like that too.
Pat,
It became all corporate now.
Of the two, I go to both stadiums because I just enjoy going to a baseball game.
Yeah, we went to a Met
I
game
think
together,
Citi Field is. I think Citi Field is nicer than the new Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
I haven't been to the new Yankee Stadium yet.
I went
Yeah.
once. My friend.
I'm very
my friend
disappointed
took me
they
up
made it
there.
so much smaller. I remember,
See, the old Yankee
such a
Stadium, I
huge
know that there
stadium.
was like if there was a rain delay, you had no. I remember we used to get trapped inside the hallways and stuff. And I heard that they made it bigger and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And
I went once. I went in 2010.
Yeah.
I went. My friend said, he goes, John, I know you're not a Yankee fan, but I am a Sabathia fan. I like fat
Okay.
pitchers because I was a fat pitcher. So I went to see Sabathia. So my friend said, come on, I want you to go to the game. We went to see.
Since I know you like fat pictures, I'll take a picture of myself. I'll send it to you.
There you go.
Send it to me.
There you go. So John, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Yeah, I have my anniversary tomorrow. 20 years of marriage.
Nice.
Nice,
Congratulations.
20 years, and I have no
Congratulations.
say over the curtains. Anybody that
Still.
knows me on Facebook knows that I have these 1970s camouflage military,
Yes, you do.
third world paramilitary curtains from the Ugandan special forces. So
They look like they could have been like parachute.
they could be actually, if you need them, I'll post a picture. They do look like they're camouflage
We should have
type.
brought a. Do you have a picture? We could post it.
We'll post it. They're good for jungle and desert environments, and they're compatible with all NATO weapon
Right.
systems. So.
Well,
So
I think I
can't-
seen him.
can't
I
say
think
what
I
I'm
seen
doing
him.
with my wife tomorrow.
I think I seen him on Facebook.
So, do you care to tell us what you got your wife for her anniversary?
I got her a couple of gifts,
Couple.
and she already knows. She already knows we go to a Met game early in the season, anniversary
Okay.
type
Do you
game.
sit in the M&M seats?
No, I never sat in the M&M seats before.
Interesting.
Or the party
Pat,
seats.
you've sat there,
We
right?
sit
No,
behind.
I haven't sat in the M&M seats.
If I can get them, I try to get the seats. Last year I got lucky. I got seats behind the plate in that Delta section, which is nice.
Okay.
And then I took her to dinner in the Pat LaFrida's Chop House.
Nice.
But
All I can tell
I'm
you.
thinking of you when you do the Delta joke. Thank you for calling Delta.
oh, in my act. Yeah.
All I can say for my 20th anniversary, and I can't go into details because I know my wife is watching, but it was past October. I was in just a whole lot of trouble.
What did you do?
I can't get into it.
What the hell did you
it's
bring it
not
up for?
bad.
What the hell
Not
did you bring
bad.
it up for?
Because now people will tune in because maybe each week I'll just give out a
We'll
little bit
update.
of information.
Why bring something up you can't talk about?
No,
I can understand John not telling his gift.
Yeah, no.
But let's get.
I got in a whole lot of trouble.
No, but wait a
and
minute.
I only recently
wait a
got
minute.
out of it.
I realize you were because you were like, no, I can't go here. I can't do this. So tell us what happened.
I can't. I
No,
can't.
it's
Have
bad.
a little.
But no, he's right. This is a good way to build up audience for the next
Right.
week and the next week. It's
Each
like a
week
clip.
I'll let out a little bit of
I'm
information.
going to tell your
and-
wife to
and,
tell us. Maybe we'll have her.
You know what?
call
We'll
in.
have her come on as a
Maybe
guest.
yeah, she'll
and
get
she
call
can
in
tell
because
us.
we got to know.
We're
So,
media
You know, Frank.
So you got any shows coming up?
Yeah, I have a lot of shows coming up. Actually, I'm lucky. I have a lot of
show off.
shows. I had like a
Gotta
drought.
rub it in.
I had a drought. I hadn't done a lot of shows, and now I have a bunch coming up
Nice.
for
Well, you
people
should-
would
to
you
not
wish-
go to.
You
Care
should.
to tell
You
us
should.
any of these shows?
Yes, I have East Quogue Fire Department, part of the Laughter Saves Lives
Very nice.
comedy tour. That's a week from this Saturday, April 7th, in East Quogue. Then I've got the Argyle Lake Theater, May 5th. That's a brand new theater, just renovated, $3 million renovation.
You know
It
how-
was a Newsday. It looks absolutely terrific.
You know how you can do this faster?
What? Go to
Follow
my
John.
website.
John, go
Right.
to his
If you
website
just
or
tell-
follow him on Facebook, and you can get all this
There you
information.
go.
JohnSantoComedian.com. All my shows are there, except my latest show, May 11th at Dominican's.
Awesome.
I've never performed
And
there
tomorrow night we got to
Pat,
talk
what do you
about that
got?
show. We got to talk about tomorrow night. Tomorrow
Oh,
night
yeah,
will be
Bobby,
at
can you
Gotham.
put up
Tomorrow
the,
night will be at Gotham.
More
Bobby, can you put up
important
the
is this
flyer
show.
for tomorrow's show?
This is the most important show.
Tomorrow's a big show, a really
Yes.
big show.
It's Pat Marone's debut at Gotham Comedy Club.
Who's talking?
The caller's got a hold?
Oh, caller, can you hold, please?
Yeah, hold on, caller. So we have tomorrow's show. March 28th is tomorrow. We're going to be at the Gotham Comedy Club.
Yeah.
We're going to be Pat's on that show.
Are you on that show?
Steve
I am not.
Alita's-
I was on the show last year. So John doesn't
We
use
did it last
comedians
year together, right.
John doesn't use comedians again for like 7 or 8 years.
No, it's not
and then
twice in the same
It's never
decade.
twice
Yeah,
in the same
but to
decade.
John's defense,
No.
I agree with him on that.
Especially with
yeah,
John
yeah.
Santos' act. We've seen it.
You know, let's not
never changed.
knock John too much. I mean, he does it right.
But Pat, you're on that show tomorrow, and what
He
can you
does.
tell us about it?
Getting brownie points. No, it's
Steve
gonna be
Alita's on that
a
show.
fun show.
Tom
We got
DeDario's on the show.
Peaches
Amy
Rodriguez,
Freeze is on the show.
Amy Freeze,
Teddy Smith.
who I never
Teddy
met,
Smith-
and I
oh my
heard he's
God.
Oh my
I heard he's,
God.
heard he's
You're gonna laugh
phenomenal.
your
I'm
ass
looking-
Teddy
off.
Smith.
I'm
and
looking
this is
forward to
not-
seeing him.
Tom DeDario's fantastic. Peaches are fantastic. Teddy Smith can just do the whole show.
Yeah, I heard he's
He really
fantastic.
could. He just comes from a different point of view.
And then you
It's
got
hysterical.
Mr. LaRocque and you got Steve Oliva on
And
the
there
show.
you go.
Well, there's another woman on the show.
Oh,
Brittany?
Caitlin
Oh,
Murphy.
Caitlin Murphy.
Murphy.
Yes, Caitlin
Caitlin Murphy,
She's
yes.
very good. She's
We
a
don't
good
have
kid.
the current flyer.
That is
apparently.
not the current
No,
flyer.
John didn't send the new stuff in. But it's going to be a fun show tomorrow night. Still tickets available. If you
and
want,
we are supporting this.
and
is
if you
not
want to
just,
get
Four different
tickets on a
charities.
discount, inbox me. I'll give you the code. But it's for good for FDNY charities. It's a good event, and you should be there.
awesome. And how was your week?
My week was pretty good. I mean, I had 2 shows Friday and Saturday. I had a show at One Eye Jacks. Steve Perillo put me on there. We had a lot of fun. And then I had a show. I worked with Johnny Cash. I know he's dead, but I worked with
with
another
Johnny
guy.
Cash?
Another guy, Johnny Cash. I
getting-
forgot his name. The guy was phenomenal. I did a set at intermission, a 15-minute set at intermission, and it was a lot of fun. The guy was. I never realized how much. Not that you guys are paying attention.
I am.
But
No, we
hear you.
you guys are paying attention to me outside, but these
Right, it
two.
doesn't matter if we
more
are. You're
important
talking to the
than
audience.
the
These two Mamalukes ain't paying attention to me, but you guys are paying
is
attention
the
to me. At least I
camera?
think
I
you
never
are.
know where the
At least I
camera
think-
is.
The
It's
camera's
right
there.
but I
It's right
never
above that
look-
blinding
I always
light.
Look
You
listen to
there.
But I don't realize. I didn't realize how
the
many.
internet show.
I never realized that Johnny Cash had that many songs.
He does.
He had a lot of songs. Yeah,
does.
He died.
When you call in, you don't get put on hold.
Who's on the air?
Who's on the air? Caller.
Yeah. Hey guys, Patty Tree here.
Patty.
How are
Patty's supposed to be right
you?
here.
No.
No, Patty's doing
calling.
a Patty's doing a
Pat,
veteran show
don't you
for.
have the veteran show tomorrow?
He's
The
no,
Northport?
he's doing a veteran show now.
Now.
Laughter
Oh, right,
Saves Lives
right,
veteran
right.
show out in Northport.
Oh, I thought it was tomorrow.
How was the show, Patty?
Guys, with me and Eddie Faico and Eric Tartaglione, they had a terrific time.
What a lineup.
It was
Holy
24 guys, 3 women. Lots of fun. The staff loved it. They were very happy. So
Yeah,
I
that
just
was-
wanted to call in and you know, it was a nice way to give back. It really puts things in focus. You know.
Pat,
You had a
tell the
great
audience-
lineup there too with Tartaglione and
Yes.
Eddie on there. Wow. Not taking
Eddie,
anything away from you, Patty.
Pat, tell the audience exactly where you are and who the show is for.
We were at the Northport VA Center. We're just leaving. With there were about 24 veterans of various wars, and you know, we brought some comedy. Eddie was his usual terrific self. So was Eric. I was hosting.
What a lineup.
You know, just wanted to call in and say, you know, great show.
Good.
Wish you guys the best for tomorrow.
Great. We're glad that
Well,
you,
John's
a
going to do very
fantastic
well
show.
tomorrow. It's his anniversary.
Right.
And Frank's going to keep trying to make Kathy happy because
Yes.
he's in the doghouse.
I wish I could go to
And
that
me,
show
I'll be
tomorrow,
having fun.
but,
I'll be in Gotham.
And I wanted to call in quick because I know you got, I think, Ellen calling in 5 minutes. So
yes.
Oh, what do you have? The whole itinerary
Right,
of our show? Are you the new producer?
I
Are
think-
you the new
I think
producer,
John
Patty?
called Pat and
look at me.
said-
I'm
right.
looking up here. Are you, I'm looking at a speaker.
We
John,
keep
are you the
looking
new
at these
Patty?
speakers.
Are you the new producer?
I think John called Pat to tell us what to do.
You know what this reminds me of? I know what this reminds me of, Patty. Years ago, I think I said it on the show once. Years ago, I used to go to OTB as a kid with my father.
Yes.
And he used to take me to OTB. And there used to be a screen up there, like a regular TV screen, with the numbers of the odds on the horses. And soon as the race came on, all these guys and women, whoever, we'd be sitting there staring at the screen and watching nothing and listening to it. So now I'm looking at a speaker,
we look
and
up
that's
at
Patty G with
It's almost like a thing on
with disco
Shazam.
lights.
Remember the old show?
Oh, Shazam! No, that was a helmet, and it was a red helmet with the Billy
They used to
Batson
do-
and his
they
mentor.
used to do. I'm sorry.
But wasn't there a color thing like that? I
No, I
try to
thought
get a
I
picture
thought
of
it
that.
was. You have to pull it up. I thought it was like a kind of like a half a helmet, like and he had the different lights on top of it, from what I remember. And he was
Maybe
saying
you're-
Shazam.
but it was colored like that.
Yeah, it had different colors.
Yeah.
so-
It's 40
all right,
years.
Pat.
I
Well,
can't
we
remember.
thank you for calling in, and we're glad you had a
okay,
great
guys.
show.
Hey guys, I'm going to sign off because I want to get. I know Ellen's calling. I'm
That's
on the
all right.
road.
We're kicking you off
Right,
anyway, so
right.
we're happy you're
So-
signing
so
off.
thank you.
Thanks for calling, Patty.
So
No problem, man. I love you guys. I'll catch up with you.
you got it,
All
brother.
right, take care. We'll meet you at the diner.
So
Good. Are you going to the diner? Okay, I'll stop.
Which diner are we going to?
The
Massapequa
Massapequa diner.
diner. Our sponsor.
Our sponsor.
anywhere
Are they a
else.
sponsor now?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna cut, guys. I'm gonna cut out. I'll see you later.
All
All
right.
right, take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank God, I thought he'd never shut the hell up.
Have you guys
But
ever
that-
been to Northport VA Hospital?
I did once. Yes.
I did it a couple
It
times.
was it was a good time.
So rewarding. You leave there feeling.
Yeah.
It is.
Like-
It's like doing the St. Albans show.
You know what it's nice
incredible.
about that show is, me and John did it the last time. We got this. Before the show, we talked to each one of the vets, and we got a little story
Yeah, you get a
with
little
them.
backstory.
Yep.
And it was a lot of, they enjoyed that too.
They really do.
Yeah.
They
They
love
still
telling
signed
that
the
story.
shirt. I have a shirt. They all signed my shirt. It was like it said like the name of that group that originally started
I don't know.
those shows, and they give you their T-shirt, and all the veterans sign it.
I didn't know
And then
that.
you bring it back, and then you get more.
But what a lineup! I mean, you have Eric Tartaglione there, and then you have Eddie Fayeca. Oh wow! I mean, that's-
oh my goodness.
that's- how can they not laugh?
High energy show,
Great
yeah.
lineup, yeah.
So what else you got going for the week?
That's about it. You know, I got at work. I'm going to be taking a few days off, but I had to get ready for Passover there. We got Easter, so I was making all kinds of Passover stuff.
I saw your video today with the guy you work with the hat.
Oh, that was
good.
another day. Yeah, I didn't make
That wasn't today.
No, that was one of those.
Why doesn't shit show up on Facebook the same
I
day?
know.
Like I feel like some things
Yeah.
I don't see till days later.
Yeah, you'll see it because somebody made a comment on it and
Right.
it'll come up.
Right. He made.
Like I just got something here. The Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. Why am I getting this now? I mean,
Yeah, you know what it is? I haven't been on Facebook much. I don't know because I've been working a lot, and then when you go on, you're missing so much.
All right, but besides, you know what? Lately, it's just been nothing but everybody fighting over nonsense.
Well, that
Too many
that I
people
don't like.
fighting.
That I don't like.
We won't even get into it.
we won't
but
even
it's
get
just-
into it.
It's really.
Don't you try to make your pages entertaining?
Hey, listen,
I
that's
do.
why I'm happy baseball's back. We can
Right.
fight about normal things.
Because right now we can fight
Let's
about
fight
the
about
Yankees
the
and
Mets
the
and the Yankees.
So.
And now we have viewers from all over. We could fight about the Cubs,
Right,
the Red
right,
Sox.
we could add any
and,
team in. The
Well,
Tigers or
I
whatever.
can't fight about the Indians.
Why?
I had an interview with the Cleveland Indians.
Doing what?
Phone interview.
Was that how is that how Callaway got over here?
No. No, a recruiter called me, and my day job I do web analytics, data analytics. So she didn't know and they're all using this. They're all using Alteryx and Tableau, the 2 tools I use. And they were looking for a consultant that'd be there Monday to Thursday. No, it's like that's so right. So what the recruiter didn't know was if the job was on the baseball operations side, which is like player stats and all that stuff, or the baseball business side, which is the ticket sales and the food sale, retail sale. I mean, that's a whole.
Right.
I mean, a stadium is like a city, essentially.
I know. Absolutely.
There's all these different businesses that are going on. So she didn't know which side it was for, but she knew it was a data analyst position. So I actually got 3 calls from 3 different recruiters about it.
Awesome.
So I'd be there Monday to Thursday. They know I'm not local. So she said, how do you feel about the Cleveland Indians? I said, I love the Cleveland. No, I didn't.
Well, let me tell you
They know
something.
I'm a Met
Now
fan.
that we're in a baseball thing about the Cleveland Indians, they got a shot to win the American League.
Why
this
not?
year. They got a
The
good team.
Indians?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I was working there and they won the American League?
I can't imagine that.
Then I would tell you to get a job at the Mets because maybe we can win a World Series here too.
So. Anything else you got
Steal
going
all
on,
the
Pat?
information.
No, just getting ready for like I said, Easter and stuff like that. And that's
Oh
it.
my God, it's Good Friday on Friday.
Good Friday,
And
yes.
Easter.
Easter, Good Friday, yes.
And Passover.
The things that people
When
forgot
does
about.
Passover start?
I believe
Passover
Sunday,
starts
I don't know.
Friday
Oh,
night.
Friday.
Oh
night.
boy, that means
So
the
happy
macaroons will be
Passover
out.
to all our Jewish friends out
Happy
there.
Passover.
Happy Passover.
And then we have.
Macaroons. I love macaroons. Invite me
Oh,
over. Chocolate macaroons.
I just got 3 cases. I would have brought some to you tonight. I didn't know you like macaroons. I had chocolate macaroons, almond macaroons, and I got coconut macaroons.
This is why
And you're a real macaroon.
I take Israel's side all the time because
of the
Arabs
macaroons?
Yeah, but
have no food.
yes, but
Nothing.
would you like to eat matzahs all
Right.
week?
I like matzah.
Do you realize if you put a matzah underneath a couch and found it like a year later,
It's
it would
good.
still taste the same?
Well,
Because they innovated food preservation.
I happen to like matzo balls. Like me and my girl, when we go out to when we go, well, you can make a joke about something. When we go to Ben's and we have the matzo ball soups, I happen to like
Right?
matzo
Oh
balls.
my God, Ben's! I love Ben's.
Yeah.
That means
my
that they'll
father
be
used to work
closed,
there when I was a
right?
kid. Yeah.
I better go
it's still
there.
open.
I better go. No, but they close. I better go there before they close.
Right.
You know
Yes.
what's amazing about? Because we're all Italians here. The pizza bagel is the greatest example of culinary cooperation.
Talk about
in
fusion.
history.
Talk about, everyone talks about Asian fusion, all this fusion. The Jews and the Italians have been fusing their food together with pizza bagels forever.
The greatest culinary cooperation
Yes.
example in the history of mankind.
You want to hear a funny story?
That's why I always take Israel's side in everything.
Do you think that's why Trump takes their side?
I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking, but I love Israel. I'm Israel's guy. Remember that when he said that?
I'll tell you a funny story about
Just the Arab food
Is it really going to
sucks.
be a funny story,
pizza.
Pat? 'Cause
About
you say
pizza.
that a lot.
Yeah, about pizza. Well, it's better than my act.
Okay.
So, well, it's funny because it's a true story. It happened. So I just got the job when I was at the Regency, and there was a guy, a breakfast cook working, and the sous chef that was there before, but I actually kept him on. I made the menu up, and it was for pizza muffins. So, pizza muffins. What would you think a pizza muffin is?
A pizza muffin?
Yeah, pizza
I would
muffin.
think it's the dough like, with the pizza baked in a muffin.
But what would you make a pizza?
Just
What
the
would you
top.
make a pizza muffin?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow, you guys don't even know.
No.
You make it on an English muffin. Pizza
Oh
muffins.
yeah, that's.
Well, then why would you do that? You just use a bagel.
But that's what they had on the menu. It was on the cycle menu. I changed it because I make pizzettes now. But so that was on the menu. So I put pizza muffin on it. I was off that day. My boss calls me up.
muffin,
What do you got on the menu here? The guy took corn muffins.
Oh, my God.
Oh God, no! I swear to God, no joke. This guy was making it with corn muffins, and I wanted to go crazy. I was on a golf course. I get this call. What do you? I said I don't have these on. They were with English muffins. So everybody, kids, they make it with pizza muffins on
Yeah.
English muffins.
Hey Bobby, can you take a picture of the speaker? Because everybody's always
Everyone's
asking me
what we're
about
looking
it.
at.
And then post it on so that they could see it.
So,
So that was that crazy story. So
Because it's like this beautiful color
all right,
rainbow.
you know what? You're a little distracted by all the colors.
It is. It's so terrific. I
well,
love
when
the
Ellen
speaker.
calls, we can look at it again.
Right, then we'll look at it.
Then we'll look at the speaker.
But now, Frank, I wanted to bring up something to you before we go to the break for the
Thank you,
commercial.
Bobby.
Frank, I watched your acting debut.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it wasn't
Thank
your debut, but
Well, it was my television
the Evil Knievel one.
Yes,
that
the
we
Evel
were talking about.
Knievel one.
And I got to say, you were fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. I
And,
appreciate it.
and not to be funny, but you're a cop, And you played a cop,
Yeah.
so if you weren't fantastic, it would be a real.
Well, some would say it wasn't fantastic when I was
but your
on the
acting
job.
was good because you weren't. You were really into your character.
And,
but,
and I finally made detective.
yes,
Although it took
that's
me
what I said to you.
7
I said
years
that-
after my retirement.
I said that you finally-
and for another jurisdiction.
Detective. So it's still
But
detective.
I had a great time, and thank you for watching. I
Yeah,
appreciate
no,
it.
it was great.
it was fantastic.
but you know what it is? I couldn't find out what was it? Lifetime? No, not Lifetime. History.
Investigation Discovery.
But there's 2 Discovery channels, so
Yeah.
I was watching the one on
Okay.
the 20-somethings.
Oh yeah, this was.
We're going to do a more investigative report on this in a future episode, but when you Google, you know, what the fuck channel is this on, you get 100 answers that aren't the answer. I want all of the channels in channel
So what you
order
would do is,
so I can see the number
I'll tell you how it-
instantly.
So
how
you
works.
Google Optimum Long Island.
I did.
And it's really Woodbury, and you'll get the sheet.
If I goggle what
If you
channel,
goggle
listen, if
or
I goggle
Listen,
it,
when you're
what
goggling,
channel
when you're
is-
goggling,
what channel's Frank showing?
Listen.
I want the answer.
Well, on
to-
Optimum it was
you have Optimum?
171, and on FiOS
You-
it was
See,
five,
no,
six,
why
but you have
can't I say
Optimum.
the same?
Listen,
it was
you have Optimum,
623
right?
on FiOS,
getting
and it was
angry again.
171
But do you have
on
Optimum? Yeah,
I have
you've
Optimum.
been very angry.
I've been
lately.
very angry.
But do you have Optimum?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hit the button. I was going to curse.
Yeah, you go to
But
search.
you gotta scroll.
You hit,
No,
you
you
don't
go
have
to
to
search.
You hit the thing, and then you scroll. It's been so hard about
Sometimes I'm like,
So-
the show is imminently coming on. I don't have time to
Well,
fuck
I mean,
around.
they do have DVRs now. You can
it. You
research.
have a phone.
Right, you could just go on Facebook and ask.
I did that. You know what? I probably get a quicker answer.
Why don't you
on
buy a
Facebook.
TV guide?
But I will say this before we
Remember
go.
the TV guide?
They still make the TV
They
guide.
should, because it was in channel order.
Yes.
I
Make
the
wanted it
TV
in
guide.
alphabetical order.
Get yourself a TV guide.
But what I want to do, guys, before we move a little forward, is I want to just take a moment to acknowledge the FDNY Lieutenant Michael Davison, who was
Yes.
killed battling the blaze. He was from Engine Company 69. It's a terrible loss, and our condolences to his family.
Yes.
And I also want to acknowledge the other 2 firefighters that were killed in the helicopter
Helicopter.
crash. Lieutenant Christopher Raguso and the Fire Marshal Christopher Zanettis. You know, and we keep losing a lot of guys, both firemen and policemen, through 9/11 cancer. So we don't. No one is
actually-
any more important than anybody else, but we can't name everybody. But we do feel for everyone.
I actually met the guy Raguso once. I did a show in front of him in Madison Steakhouse. A nice family.
Yeah, based right
the
here.
two of them were firemen, and they were really, what a nice family. There was 10 of them there, and we were talking after the show. And when I seen him on TV, I said, "Oh my God, I met this guy before."
They were based
Yeah.
right here on West Hampton
Yeah,
Beach.
Comac Fire
106.
Department, and it was
Yeah, it's a shame.
nice
But,
people.
But you know
may
what a lot
rest
of
in
people
peace.
don't understand about that. Like, what does rescue mean? Like, they don't just go out on routine stuff. You know, like boats and stuff. They also go. The PAVHawk is a. I know from my days at Aviation Week. That's if a pilot gets shot down, they go in.
Yeah.
They go in like with one helicopter to
Wow.
rescue the downed airmen. So like these guys are the real deal. These are like special ops type of people. So I mean and their motto is so others may live.
Yeah.
So
You know what?
These are
It's,
serious people. They were unfortunately on a routine training mission, which
you know,
just shows you how
unfortunately,
dangerous this
a lot of
is.
times, you know, with police department, fire department, military, it's the you hate to say the easy thing because there's no such thing as
Right.
easy, but it's what most people would think routine. Where you know, my understanding is this fire that took the lieutenant's life. There was just some smoke in the basement, and you know, anything just can
Right.
change in a minute, especially with fire. Because you know, that's the other thing. I always laugh when people say, "Oh, it's a controlled fire." There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a controlled
what
fire.
were we
It may
always
be
taught?
slightly contained in the room, but it's not controlled.
I had a lot of great teachers in the fire academy. A lot of them were city firemen. What do they always teach us? That anything can happen anytime. You know, like something might look simple, and all
Right.
of a sudden it's a bigger thing.
And the big one in the police department was complacency kills. You know, it's no big deal. It's no big deal.
I'll give you just like one quick example. We were fighting a fire, it was a house fire, and I just happened to look at the house next door. So at the house next door, this was in the Levittown, just north of the Southern State. They have a house, second floor, it has a door, and the door opens out to nowhere.
To nowhere.
Right? So what I think happened was, as I looked at other houses around, they might have had a deck that went out over. But now you're in that room upstairs, and you open that door. You expecting that there won't be a floor there?
Absolutely. As a fireman, you know, you can't see it.
Who the hell
and now you
knows?
open it.
So I told the chief, I'm like, Chief, look at that door. And you know, after that fire was over, we put in the pre-plan for
Right.
that address.
No, it's
Because that's like what the hell? I mean, you don't expect that.
right. So we Ellen, as I said, Ellen Karras will be calling in. We're going to talk
What
to her.
time is
We'll
she
have a
calling
good time.
think Patty G scared her away.
It's
Are we
possible.
supposed to text her call now?
No, let's go do a life vac commercial.
Yes.
Let's do the life back commercial.
Life
Life
vac
vac commercial, yes.
You should have one in the home.
So we
Bobby,
don't
can
have-
you show our commercial, please?
So we don't have to interrupt her when she comes back. We'll be right
up to
back
11,
after
I
these
think.
messages.
11
Stand
live
by
saved.
with these messages from our sponsor.
If I
Life
think
Vac.
Bobby's sleeping. Is Bobby
It's
sleeping?
so cool to say that.
Bobby's waiting for us to shut up.
When someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. LifeVac is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
I'm going to refer to your mother.
We're back.
Mother Marone.
We're back.
We're back.
And we're back.
Hey!
That was a very short commercial.
11 lives saved.
11 lives have been saved.
Am I current? Is it,
Last I heard, there was 11 lives saved. You know, we haven't heard from Arthur.
Now you have that life vac, but not to change yourself. You have that life vac, right?
I have it at the home, in my house. My wife hides it, so no one, it's like the fire extinguisher. Nobody knows where it is.
we have it also. I'm waiting for somebody to choke.
It's really.
I want to use it because then we'll get up to 12.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was going to get it for myself.
I keep shoving white bread down my kid's throat to see if they choke.
I was going to get it myself. I mean, I choked on water the other day, and I'm like sitting there.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll help for the water.
Yeah, that's maybe it'll.
I don't think
That-
you can
that-
suck.
you need suction.
It's like a plunger. I figured.
It is.
Wait a second.
Well, if I get any toilet paper stuck in my mouth, maybe I can get it down.
Can you do it on yourself? Is that self?
The life vac?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Did he say that in the?
He did. That's the
See, I paid attention, but I didn't remember exactly.
that's the selling point.
The selling point is that you can even use
right.
it
It's
on
not that it
yourself.
actually saves your life; it's that you can use it for yourself, on yourself, and that's
Right,
the
that's
selling
what I'm
feature.
saying.
That's the main feature.
But there's no other way to do the Heimlich on yourself other than that. Or the back of the chair thing, maybe.
You know, but here's the
yeah.
problem with that, and I've never had to do it, but you try to get your mind to allow you to push
Of
so
course,
hard
you're
on your own
choking.
stomach
Right.
over a chair. You know, the other thing is they would say, ram your back into the. You remember back in the old days when they would bang you on the back?
That does
to,
nothing
uh,
to
See,
back
now
blows.
see that now the
Nothing.
life vac. I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know if I can have it in a facility like mine, because everything's state regulated. If I don't know if it's approved.
That's the problem with all this regulation
Right,
crap.
right, yeah.
That's been.
Now we have the charts for the
and that's
Heimlich
been the
maneuver.
problem,
Heimlich maneuver.
Yes.
Is it the
I said
move?
the
that's been the
Heimlich.
problem.
I said the Heimlich remover.
That's that's been the problem for Arthur to get these into school, is because they have to be
Yeah, it's-
state FDA approved
Yeah.
and all the nonsense.
Meanwhile,
and
look
red
at all the
tape.
crap
Because-
the FDA approves.
I would love to have them like we have fire extinguishers around. Not to be funny,
No,
it would be good to have a couple of life vacs around.
I agree.
Of course.
But sanitary, naturally, in the thing like
Yeah,
you would
no,
pull it
it's-
out, you'd pull it
Same
out,
as a fire
out of the
extinguisher. You
bag.
break the glass or
Right.
whatever.
It comes in the bag and
Right.
the cellophane and
It would be a good idea because, you know, how many times you could be in a restaurant or something like that, and nobody knows how to do the maneuver.
I saved the
and you
guy
could-
at the Sizzler.
Right. Did you really?
Well, because you stopped them from buying any food,
No.
right? We actually just stopped
The
them from
thing
eating.
came out. It was like it flew out. It was like
When you do the Heimlich, it will, yeah.
Yeah, I
If
was
you
like,
get it
holy
in there.
shit.
Did you ever get into a situation because you were a paramedic, weren't you one time?
EMT.
EMT. Did you ever get into a situation where you had to cut somebody?
No.
Because I saw
No.
I saw on a TV show
On Chips. There
was an episode of
911,
MASH.
911, the new show that's on Fox, and there was the girl was out on a date. The 911 operator was on a date, and the guy that was a fireman actually choked, and she had to cut him
So
right
with a
out.
pen, a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
pen or
yeah,
whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
there was an episode of MASH where Father Mulcahy had to do that.
Father Mulcahy. You know what's it's not funny, but when William Shatner's wife was drowning in the pool, he had to call 911 to find out how to do CPR. He was the host of Rescue
Right.
911. You're the host of the show. You don't know CPR.
But you see, this is what happens. Everyone has that whole, it can't happen to me, it won't happen to me.
Everybody should know
you should
CPR.
always be
It's a
prepared.
scary thing. It's a scary thing.
Listen, not everyone,
All
some people
kidding
know
aside,
it and they can't react.
I've seen it happen with where we had a resident once. She went next door to eat because
No, I don't.
we went next door to eat in another restaurant, and she was choking on steak.
Well, that's what you
Meanwhile-
get free in another restaurant.
No, meanwhile, over here, she's not supposed to have steak.
Right.
Because she has a problem, but then they took her out in the family and they gave her steak.
think
And
I
she's
have Ellen's
choking,
number.
and they had to give it a Heimlich maneuver.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Ellen.
So
I
anyway,
Ellen,
so
I don't
Pat,
know
what
if
is
it's-
your? We're going to talk a little baseball. We have some rule changes in baseball, right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about how the game has evolved over the years. But all seriousness, what is your prediction for the Mets? Not what you'd like to see. I don't hear what you'd like to see from the Mets. Obviously, World Series win. But what do you really think the Mets are going to?
I am really optimistic with the Mets. I know it sounds crazy. I'm optimistic all the time, but I think if the pitching and they stay healthy, they can win 90 games this year. A friend of mine says I'm nuts. I really don't think I'm nuts because if Cespedes stays healthy, we get Conforto back. You got Jay Bruce.
Right.
And you got Gonzalez in there, and they can put him with the kid Smith back and forth. I don't know if they're keeping Smith up. They got the new kid Rosario at short. You know, he had a half a season under his belt.
Not even.
Yeah, not even. But he's got the major league experience. I'm a big Conforto fan. I hope he comes back.
Hopefully, it's not a recurring problem.
What is
Yeah.
your quick prediction for the Mets?
I think the Mets have a shot. I agree with Pat. They could make 90. Pitching has to stay healthy. I think that if they're close around the trade deadline, they will bring in another bat. Although I wish they had done that with free agency because there's really not a lot in the farm system. Yankees farm system is phenomenal.
Well, yes,
That's
but I am worried.
stacked farm system.
I'm a little worried about the Yankees in the sense that.
What, with Bird?
Well, no, the guy always gets hurt.
Well, they got Neil Walker now.
No,
Why are you
but my
worried about the
concern with the
Yankees?
Yankees is this. Last year, I was the only person I know that said the Yankees were going to get, I think I said 90 wins or 87 wins, something like that. Oh, you said it too?
I have the guys at
But-
work to prove it.
but
The
my-
Yankee
no,
fans.
I believe you. I believe you,
I said
Pat.
the Yankees are going to go far in the
But my
playoffs this year.
concern is with the Yankees is when there's no pressure on you and when people don't expect you, sort of like my life, when people don't expect anything from me, so I surprise them.
Right.
So now they went as far as they did in the playoffs. Now everyone has an expectation. So even
but
like
they've
even the
improved the
Jets.
team.
Look at the Jets.
I
No,
think
they've
the
tremendously
big
improved the
factor
team,
with
but
the
now
Yankees.
there's so much pressure.
Yeah, but
I
here's
think
the
the
thing,
big
though.
factor with the Yankees is the Girardi factor. They don't have Girardi. And
Yes,
a lot
that
of
was a
people, I wasn't a
mistake.
big thing with Girardi with his
I'm not a big-
overmanagement.
he
Yeah, but
overmanages.
he overmanages, but he has that authoritative thing with these young players. I think Girardi was the right guy with that team.
I agree.
They did the wrong thing by him.
100%.
They should have left him.
Let me
in.
explain
They
why I
absolutely-
think the Yankees are well positioned. It's the opposite of the Mets, and I wish that the Mets would learn this and get better at offense and not just always rely on the pitching, even though they have good pitching. The Yankees pitching, the starting pitching is, let's say, average, right? It's
We
not
could
above
use, I would say average. We could probably use another
average,
starter.
but the offense is way above average.
Yes, and the bullpen.
And the
is,
bullpen is phenomenal. So when you put up enough run differential,
Well, yeah.
even if the starting pitching gives up something, as long as the offense can run support, the bullpen will shut down and I think you're going to be fine. And you
No,
have so
listen,
much
As a
mean,
Yankee
in the
fan,
farms.
I'm not a Yankee. As a Yankee fan, you got to be psyched for the season.
I can't
mean, with
wait.
Stanton and Judge in the middle of the lineup,
Right.
And now you got Neil Walker as your second baseman.
And if
He's
Burton
going to
never
be like
stay
your
healthy-
7th or 8th hitter.
Right.
Right, if he
right.
stays healthy.
There's no
I love Neil Walker.
there's no
Was
weak
that
spot
right
in the
field
lineup.
wall with Walker in there?
Yeah.
I mean, he can have a nice year.
Yeah.
with that 314. I can't understand
I
why
don't know
that
why they
wall
did
is
that.
so short.
That bothers
But the
hell out of me.
Yankees got a great bullpen.
Yeah, I know, but there's just so much expectation.
There's nobody else in
All
that
the
division that
starting
really
pitcher
can. I
has
mean, the Red
start-
Sox are the only one that gives them challenges.
All the
here.
starting pitching has to be as average.
I know.
And then
but,
your offense will take, unless the offense doesn't deliver because the other team's
The
starting
Yankees
pitching
got that
overmatches
other kid-
it.
that kid
Other than
that,
I don't think that's going to happen.
Who's that kid the Yankees got? He was a good pitcher. He did good last year. They got a couple of good young pitchers in there.
You're talking about Severino?
Well, Severino's the starter.
started.
And not
He's
injury
starting
prone.
open today, but they got Severino and Tanaka. Tanaka's phenomenal if he stays healthy.
Tanaka, yeah.
And you got Sabathia, but the kid, I
I
can't
wish
think of his
we
name.
had gotten Sabathia
I can't think of his name.
in free agency.
But he's, oh God, the pitcher the Yankees got.
Would you have taken Sabathia in free
Oh,
agency?
Sonny Gray?
Right.
Sonny Gray, yeah.
Sonny Gray.
Yeah, he's got to stop throwing changeups, though.
Yeah, but
Or
and you know
curveballs.
what the guy in the Yankees like? It's the kid Betanzas. If he's worked with the right way, that guy, the way he throws, boy, that's another guy.
So
All
with
right,
the,
well, we kind of turned into a sports talk show.
We did, but we
tonight.
actually, I actually
We're
have
waiting
a-
for Ellen to give us a call.
and we might
Until
keep
then,
waiting.
I have a little thing about baseball history.
Huh? No, I don't know.
I don't either. Should I put the thing up about baseball history?
Yeah, let's
Got a
go.
thing? Hey, Bobby, can you put up the? We'll talk about how the equipment has changed over the years. Can you put up the gloves with? Look at the equipment. 1860.
Those are like MMA gloves.
Look at these gloves, and
Those are the ones I go to the gym with.
But,
Yeah,
but look,
those are weightlifter's gloves.
but look how many decades they introduced webbing around 1910, 20, 1930. But look how it stays the same until the 60s. It doesn't really take a modern form
Right.
until the 60s and the 70s, 80s. Bobby, can you put up the one with the different positions and what gloves they use? So these are the different kinds of webbings that are available. today in baseball. I mean, you have like so many different options. Like an outfielder is going to use like a 12.75 inch
Right.
Glove, a bigger glove. The one I had last week, the trapeze or the H-Web. So those are like primarily the gloves that they use. When Cespedes dropped that ball,
It looked like he didn't have enough oil in it.
I wrote him. I said, "You can borrow my trapeze. You know, much better. I like the trapeze in the outfield. When I played outfield, trapeze.
My father had the Gil Hodges Trapper first baseman glove.
Yeah, well, look at so we got the first baseman glove. So the infield, basically, your third baseman is going to use about a 12-inch glove. Mostly, they use basket web or the two pieces of leather vertically and horizontally. Then you've got the first baseman's mitt is totally different.
Right.
But the middle infield, did you ever see like what the second baseman used? It's like an 11-inch glove. I don't know how they freaking use that.
And,
it has like two things for the webbing, and that's it.
And you're up to date on all these things. You coach your son's Little League games
Yep.
and stuff?
Oh, I used to coach myself. We'd fight all the time. I had to stop coaching.
No, I love coaching, and you know what? The kids.
So hard to coach.
I can't believe
How
the
is Nick
equipment.
doing?
Nick is doing very Nick is doing very well. As a matter of
I'm
fact,
sorry.
he for those that don't know, he goes to Maritime. He's studying engineering, and he's going to be
Take the gloves off.
he's going to be sailing off to Europe. Part of his curriculum, they fly. They either fly out and sail home.
Bob,
or
you
sail
can go
out
back
and
to
fly
us.
home.
I'll have another picture in a second.
So he's
That's all right.
he's doing very well. Thank you for asking. And-
Sorry I changed it because you brought up the kids.
No,
and that's why I did.
no, I appreciate that.
And I apologize to you, John, for
So I can't believe the equipment that the kids are showing up with now. I saw a kid had an A2000. That's what the major leaguers use. That's a $250 glove, and it's like a piece of concrete when you put your hand in it.
Really?
You can't move it until you start to break it in.
Wow.
But that glove will last forever because that's like.
I haven't. First time I seen a glove in a while was when I seen yours.
Oh, the one I
it-
brought for the last week's show.
Yeah.
So let me show you. So a lot of people we're going to do a whole thing about uniforms when we do the
Right.
baseball show.
We're going to do a special baseball show, but
With Mr. LaRocchia,
with
John
Mr.
LaRocchia.
LaRocchia and.
But what were you saying? There's some rule changes this year?
There's been
Yeah,
some
what were
rule
the rule
changes,
changes?
right? Well, you're putting me on the spot now. 'Cause I
Mound
don't know
visits
exactly.
are
The
down.
mound visits are
They're
limited.
capped.
They're capped actually, and they have a pitch clock. I think he's got a.
This is all to enhance the.
Are the pitchers
speed
going to
of
be
play.
wearing Bluetooth? So the
pace
mound
of
visits,
play.
they can talk
Well,
to them?
you know
Well,
what?
the mound visit is 30 seconds, but they start the clock as soon as the guy leaves the dugout. Some of these pitching coaches, you know,
What if
they're
you
a
had
little
Mickey Lolich
older, a
coming
little
out?
heavier. That's what I'm saying. By the time the guy gets out there, like, start the clock when he reaches the mound.
Right.
You know, it's the 30 seconds.
But
or
I
whatever.
don't know what the big craze of slowing
Because the
making the game
because-
fast.
You know why?
The
Pat,
millennials aren't
that's
watching
what
baseball.
they're talking.
And
Cut the commercials
the
down.
consensus-
You'll
well,
be-
they talk about doing split screen.
Yeah.
But then people
You know,
pay millions of
you
dollars.
You ever go to a game in the playoffs? I mean, that's why it takes so long.
You know, if any of our callers or viewers would like to call in, the number is 516-945-9099.
I think we're the only viewers. I think we're the only viewers. We're viewing ourselves.
Well, watching ourselves.
Come on in, give us a call. We can talk about a little something. You want to talk a little baseball? We got the draft coming up, the big controversy. What are the Jets doing? What are the Giants doing? Odell
a
Beckham.
month away.
And
Nobody knows.
Unfortunately, we've become a sports talk show tonight because we're still waiting for Ellen to call.
Did you see Draft Day with Kevin Costner?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
We know nothing as fans. Look at in that 2-hour movie, all the trades.
Right,
and
the
everything that
trades
happened.
and-
We don't know the medical reports. We don't know the
We know
conditioning.
nothing.
We know nothing. And you don't know how it intertwines. If this guy comes in, what happens to the rest of the team? We know nothing. I mean, it's a month away.
Speak for yourself.
It's a month away. No, you don't know anything. It's a month away. Like, what are we going to talk about? Like, who the Jets are going to take?
You know what?
We
They're
don't
going to take
know.
who they take.
Right. Until the
The
commissioner
Jets have
reads
never
the name.
drafted a good quarterback in years. They
let me-
passed on Dan Marino, and they got
Yeah.
Kenny
Well,
O'Brien,
there was what happened-
Sanchez, Geno Smith.
I like Sanchez.
There was controversy with.
And Geno
Leon
Smith
Hess
is half
at that time
Italian.
would not take anyone that there was any controversy about. And there was some controversy with Dan Marino. That's why they
I know. Well,
I'm not saying they
everybody passed on him, and the
Yeah.
guy,
Jets need
guy
to
was probably
draft
one of the greatest quarterbacks
Flash
ever to live.
Gordon,
Flash Gordon.
savior of the universe, quarterback, New York Jets. Now, what's really aggravating me about the Giants is, you know, everybody's saying they should take this running back. The quarterback's the most important position. So if Davis Webb is not the long-term solution after Eli retires in probably a year or two, whatever it is, hopefully, I love Eli, so hopefully 2 years, then you have to draft a quarterback.
Do you think the
You have
Jets
to draft a
made that
quarterback.
move to get the running back? As sick as that may sound,
The Jets have to
It
draft
would
a
not
quarterback.
surprise
because
me.
now you figure the Jets went. if the Jets went up there, if they really were going for Rosen, the chances are the Giants are going to grab Rosen.
Okay.
So what'd you make you
And the
move there?
Giants will never do a trade
What'd you
with the
make you
Jets.
move there for?
I'm a Jet fan and a Giant fan, right?
Again
So,
with this whole dual
I've
team.
been rooting for both
It's like
teams.
dual citizenship. You
It
can't
is.
have it.
It is. I have dual citizenship.
I'm a Jet fan.
So here's the thing. When my daughter was 2 months old, 2004, the Giants drafted Eli Manning. That's the only quarterback that they've known. We all have Manning jerseys.
Right.
We've had 13 jerseys for the Jets. 13. I'm like,
So if you collect jerseys,
I'm
that's
like
the
my
team to root for.
Francesa. I'm like
Mike
Francesa.
Francesa, yeah.
13 quarterbacks.
So-
I can't do.
I got a
Francesa.
caller.
What do we
Just
got?
draft one and have that quarterback forever. 10 years. What? Who's the caller?
Call in, Kathy.
Yes.
Wife?
My wife said, should I call in and tell everyone what you did? Go ahead, Catherine.
Oh shit. This,
However,
my children,
keep in mind
stop
that
watching.
you are the one telling evereverybody, not
Come
me.
on, Kathy, call in.
What happened to Ellen? I'm worried.
Yes.
Don't be worried. She's probably doing a show.
Does anybody have her phone number?
I'm gonna try to communicate with her on Bookface,
Yes.
but I have to leave this show.
So, Kev,
to
you
do
are
that.
going to call in the numbers 516-945-9099. You know, I feel like I'm doing one of those shows where you try to sell stuff.
This is
So if you
almost
want,
like
if you want the telethon, if you want to donate,
this is going to be like
We-
a Jerry
we're gonna-
Springer
we're
show.
gonna
This is
start
going to
doing
be a
that.
big thing. This is going to be like
Yes.
Kramer.
No, we
this
have
is
to
going to be like
start-
Kramer on
you are not the
Seinfeld.
father.
Kramer when he was on Seinfeld, when he had the Merv Griffin.
Oh yeah, when he did the set and the bird. When
What's our call? Wait, the call
our number is 516-945-9099.
All 6 viewers are really going to be glued into this. I think she's too chicken. She's not going to call.
She'll call.
I don't
Ellen
think so.
Karras is not chicken.
Hey, my
No, I'm
friend
talking
Nancy
about
Carroll
Kathy
Perry
Lyons.
Is what? I'm not from New York. Why isn't there as big a rival between the Jets and Giants like there is between the Yankees and the Mets?
Because the
Tim
Jets
Fisher,
and the
that is an
Giants. Jets
excellent
and
question.
Jets and the Giants are
tell you
a
why.
lot different. The Yankee rivalry. Well, this is my take. I'm
Yes.
sorry. The Yankee and Met rivalry is extension from the Yankees and the Brooklyn Dodger rivalry.
Correct.
So
Correct.
all the Met fans were like, my father was a Brooklyn Dodger fan, and so we take on the Brooklyn Dodger and the Giants and the Yankees. So we really take on the Giants and the Dodgers.
Correct.
Well,
Hence
what was the
colors.
question? What was
Right.
the question?
Why isn't this gentleman Tim is not from New York?
But-
and he wants to
right.
know why the
But in
rivalry
football-
between the
but in
Jets and the
football-
Giants
I'll tell you.
is not as big as it between
tell
the
you.
Football,
Yankees and the
everybody's
Mets.
father was a Giant
No,
fan.
I'll
There
tell-
was
I'll
no
tell you
football
what.
team.
Well, because they
I'll
were around since the 20s.
Right.
Let me tell you what. I have the answer because I'm a Jet fan and a Giant fan.
Okay.
If I watch, so baseball's 162 games, football's 16. If I watched every game, Jets and Giants, which I do, 32 games. That's April of a baseball season. So you can, and they're on one after the other, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock or whatever. They're not on the same time. You can't follow both New York baseball teams. It's impossible. There's 162 games.
I
they play
hate
at the
the
same
Yankees.
time.
You're
That's
not
not-
answering
that's
the
not-
question.
I
He
hate
wants to
the
know
Yankees.
why the rivalry.
But no, that's why it's more benign because you can be a Jet fan and a Giant fan and watch
there's a
more
rivalry.
No. It's
Football. By the way,
Mets,
the
Yankees-
NFL loves me because I
And-
spend twice as much.
And another thing is, when I say, Tim, New York is a baseball town.
It is a baseball
Number
town.
one,
That's
and we
true,
love our
too.
baseball, and that's what we strive on. We're happy. Every New Yorker that's a baseball fan, this is the
Can't wait for
happiest time of the
Thursday.
year.
I wear my
I don't know if
hat,
that answered your
my-
question,
I
Tim.
even
I hope
have
it
Met
did.
underwear. I wear it all over town.
But in football, like, you know,
Very excited for
Most of
baseball.
our parents or my father, we were all Giant. They were all Giant fans.
Right.
The Jets came around in like
62,
in
they
the
were the
62
Titans.
Yeah,
60,
yeah.
60
Yeah.
they were the Titans.
So
and
there
Don't
was
even
no
know your
big,
own history.
There was no big history there. There was no big history.
Giants
there.
have been around since 25.
right.
But I'm still a Jet fan. I don't root for the Giants.
And also,
I will not
don't-
root for the
yeah,
Giants.
okay.
I'm a pilot, so I love the Jets, and my blue's my favorite color.
So-
So this worked out perfectly.
Yeah, you're a little wishy-washy. You
And I'm
can't,
tall.
You can't go
Right.
for both.
You got to. It's one or the other, brother.
One or the
It's-
other.
I'm gonna make a video.
That's why you can't have a wife and a girlfriend. It's one or the other.
Tim's wife is from Queens.
Oh, okay.
Tim,
hope
who
that
does your
answered the question.
who does your wife root for, Tim?
Oh,
Angel,
I
how
have
are
to
you?
Turn down my radio.
Oh, yeah,
What happened?
Angel.
Let me see if Ellen. I have to get off the show. This is weird. I'm on
Oh,
the
Tim
show.
is a Cubs fan. The Cubbies, you finally
Oh,
won
go
a World Series.
Cubs.
You finally won a World Series, Tim.
I rooted for the Cubs after the Mets lost the wild card that year, 2016.
Yeah.
Yes.
I rooted for the. I worked with a woman from Chicago. She was in our office. She went back and forth, and then I was very excited for her. See them root
no
for them.
And
Giants.
his wife is a Mets fan. Now listen, I was happy for the Cubs.
I was
that,
too.
yeah, I was very happy for the Cubs.
Me too,
I
I was
wasn't
very
happy
happy
that
for
they
the
beat
Cubs.
the Mets to do it.
I was.
They didn't beat the Mets.
Oh no, I'm
The
saying
Giants beat the Mets
Yeah,
in,
but-
in the wild card game. We swept the Cubs in the World Series our World Series run, and
Yeah,
in
we
the Back
swept
to
the
the
cup.
Future
Right,
chances
yeah,
for
yeah.
them.
But anyway,
that's scary. They hit that Back to the Future one
Yes.
year late.
right.
Yes.
We were in a one-game playoff that year. I'm sorry. Yes. And,
That was the wild card. That was
yeah,
Bumgardner versus
yeah.
Syndergaard.
Right.
Bumgardner was an
And
animal.
Angela Fisher
sure it
is
was, Tim.
Angela Fisher is
Yeah.
must be his wife.
No,
She's
no,
a
no,
Giants
that's
fan.
not.
Huh? That's not.
that
What do you mean it's
Angela?
not? Yeah, it's his wife.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
She's a Giants fan, and
Why can't you
50
root for the Giants? I don't understand. Why can't you switch jerseys at 4 o'clock like I
it
do?
doesn't matter to me. I don't get as passionate about football as because my Jets suck. But as I do is when I used to gamble, my biggest thing was who I bet on was going to
Well,
win.
yeah.
I didn't really care about it. I knew the Jets were going to stink. And as a kid, I was a Jets fan. I ended up rooting for the Steelers with Terry Bradshaw. I rooted for Fran Tarkenton. I
don't
rooted
get
for all those
that.
things because the Jets were always out of it.
But you're rooting for teams that are 1,000 miles
No,
away.
no. I'm talking about
When
in
he was
playoffs.
gambling.
In playoff
in
ti-
the
in
playoffs.
playoff
When he
times.
was
In the
gambling.
playoffs, I go with Green Bay.
You know,
because they're publicly owned.
we never
I like
had, as
that.
a kid, I never had no thrill as a Jets fan. They stunk. I had Richard Todd giving the fans the
had
finger.
Todd is God.
Yeah, Todd is
AFC
God.
championships, a couple of them.
Yeah, Walt Michaels blew that game. I mean, in '83.
I know,
And then they had the
Angel.
Kevin Mack play when they did the prevent defense against the Browns. I have so many sad stories
Sanchez
about being
got
a
us
Jet
the-
fan.
Got us the 2 AFC championships.
I like
2 years
Sanchez.
in a
I didn't
row.
want to get rid of him. Santonio Holmes ruined that.
Yep.
Jets were building something there.
Yes.
They built the line. They did the right thing. They got Mangold and DeBrickashaw.
Oh, I miss Mangold.
Yeah, well, let's not turn it into
Anyway,
a sports show anyway.
What do you want to talk about for the next?
Oh, Angela's not Tim's wife.
No, I told you that.
Well, I don't even know who Tim is.
Let's talk
How do I know
about,
who his wife is? I'm
what
just
are we gonna
mad
talk
But I
about?
know it's not his wife. I know.
By the way,
you
people
thought
love it when we talk about sports.
Is that Tim's sister?
Do they? No, they're not even related.
How do we get two Fishers on the show?
What can we talk about? What about the airlines?
Well, Tim, do you want to meet Angela? She's
She wouldn't have to change her name.
Sanchez is a bear now. Yes, he is a bear.
Yes.
Now.
He's on the Bears now?
Yes. Thank you, Tim. Tim's very up to date on all
Tim
these.
is up to date.
Tim is.
can't-
Tim, who do you think?
And
the
thank
Jets
you
are
for
taking?
watching, Tim.
And we do appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah.
So, I was waiting for my wife to call.
She
Apparently
chickened out
she's
too,
not.
just like Frank.
No, I didn't chicken out. I just know what's good for me to stay alive.
Yeah. Well, you know what? To the viewers that don't know Frank's wife, she happens to be a wonderful woman. And,
So terrific.
And I understand Frank not wanting to rock the boat because he
It
has
would be like the
he
Titanic,
has a
man.
good thing there. His wife's a great person.
I do torment her a lot.
And he uses her a lot in his act.
I wonder if there's something wrong with the phone.
There's nothing wrong with the phone
No.
because we had that idiot Patty G calling us before.
Wow.
He's our producer. He sits here.
He's not our producer. He's our hanger-on.
Why are you saying wow if I'm teasing? I like, but we did the same show with each other the
I
other
know.
night. Yeah. He's a good man, Patty G. I'm just
So if we're not going to talk about sports,
we can talk about
We
sports.
can
on a
talk about sports.
Talk about sports. Oh, my wife is Christine. Tim Fisher's wife is Christine.
Right.
Okay. But Christine's not watching the show.
She's not.
Maybe.
I am not Tim's wife.
But it is a very good question that you gave, Tim.
This is
New
good.
York is a baseball town, and that's why there's a
Although
passionate rivalry.
The Islander-Ranger rivalry is pretty intense, but they play in the same division.
Oh, when I was a
That's
kid, I used to
little,
play-
little different.
I'm not a hockey guy.
I don't follow hockey now.
I know nothing about
But when I
hockey.
was a kid, I used to play ice hockey,
Right.
and I was a big Rangers fan. And I'll still root for the Rangers if they get but I don't watch it now. And I had to go through all those Islander playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
All those Islander win
When they were
Stanley Cup
dynasty.
champs. And I
You're
my
like
friends
Moish
were,
from Bronxdale. You
my-
have no luck with the.
my friend-
and you were in a Bronxdale.
Yeah,
That's
I was in it.
funny.
Yeah,
He was
But,
in the movie.
You had to see me when I went to the track. I mean, I bet a horse on the trotters, the wheels would fall off. I mean,
They give him the tickets already ripped
I
up.
bet, and it's a sad day in horse. I bet Mike Venezia, the horse Mike Venezia was driving, the
Yeah.
day he died on the track. I was a horrible gambler.
Remind me never go to. I don't gamble really.
I
but
don't-
I'm
I
not
quit-
gonna
I
gamble.
I have a very
I
obsessive
quit
personality.
gambling.
That's one thing I won't do
I
is
never had good
gamble
luck.
because I just know that it'll.
Never
Yeah,
had
I'm
good
not-
luck
I never
gambling.
was into gambling. I never really. I mean, I used to go to the track
Oh, I
once in a
loved it.
while, but I would be down, $14 in the seventh race.
I
You know,
loved
'cause
it.
It was a $2
My-
minimum. That's
my
insane.
father.
No, I used to bring we brought my son once. He was like 4 years old, and we had him picking all the horses, and he won.
You know what I picked when I went? Because I only went one time. My friends in college, we went. We had dinner at the track, and I bet a horse called Instrument Landing because I was taking Instrument Flying that year, and the horse won, and I won some money,
Wow.
$100.
My first thing, my father and mother split up when I was 5. So my father's got to take me on the weekends, So I was sad that they split up. So my father comes to pick me up on a Friday night. First stop he makes, I'm like 6 years old. Roosevelt Raceway. So
I
I'm in
don't
the I
remember
was in the
Roosevelt.
racetrack with him, and that first night he goes, "All right, pick a horse in the first race." 6 years old. So I pick Fearless Queen and Yankee Clipper. I picked the double my first day. I won $124. Now my mother and father split up because he
Because
was
you
a
picked the Yankee Clipper,
because
he was a Dodger
no, because he
fan.
was a degenerate gambler. So when I went home, he says, "I
Degenerate
can't give you I can't give you the money. I'll have to piece. He had to piece me $20 a week." Made it like he was giving me money, but he had to hold the money. But that was his bankroll, so he could keep betting. So he had to pay me $20 a week on the $125 I won.
So what made
Charge
you
him a vig?
what made you pick the Yankee Clipper, knowing that your father hated the Yankees and?
Well, he didn't hate him. He wasn't a passionate baseball fan like me, but I hated the Yankees. But it was just something that stood out with the horse.
stuck
Now,
out.
why do you hate the Yankees? Like, why can't you just beat them?
Well, I hate the Mets.
Why do you hate the Mets?
Why wouldn't I?
Why can't you just?
You cannot
Let
root
us-
for both teams. Hey,
No,
Butch
no, I'm not
Fisher.
saying you root, but you don't have to hate them.
I hate him.
No, I do, and I do hate him.
We're not even in your division.
Most
I
Yankee
understand you
fans,
hate the Red
most
Sox.
Yankee fans don't hate the Mets as much as the Met fans hate the Yankees.
Well, that's just pure jealousy.
But as a baseball fan, I can respect the team and watch it. But I'm not. I
Right.
would never root for them.
No, I wouldn't root for them
One
either.
time in my life, I rooted for them. I had a
2001.
2001 with the
against
thing. I
Arizona,
rooted
yeah.
with because of 9/11, and I said this will be the first and last time. And naturally, Eddie Mush,
Right,
myself,
Mush.
they lost.
Right.
The only game that Mariano Rivera ever blew in his life
Yep.
Right.
was
Yeah, I
that
remember.
game.
But why do you have to hate?
I
the
hate
Mets?
No, you have to.
I hate him.
Just
I
like
just-
the Mets fans hate the Yankees. And I don't even so much if they hate the Yankees, if they hate the Yankee. Most of the Mets fans I know hate the Yankee fan.
Hey, Amy Solomon.
Not so. Amy's a Cyclones fan.
No,
I
the
go
only,
for- but
the only
listen,
Yankee fan I don't like.
She's got to get. Speaking of, she's got to get the Bill Spaceman Lee on this show. Remember him as a kid?
No.
She's friends
No.
with. She's friends with Spaceman.
I
Isn't
don't know
the
what
one?
that is.
Spaceman.
Bill Spaceman Lee. Bill Lee, the pitcher for the Boston Red Sox.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
Never
yeah, he's friends with Amy, and
Oh,
he
cool.
he writes songs with her.
Beautiful.
You never knew.
Great. So we're gonna.
No, I don't know.
We're not,
So,
you're
You never,
basically saying
you
if
never
don't
had a
want
kid.
Amy on
You
the
never
show,
had a
we
kid
just want
like.
her friends.
Well, we had her on the show, but
No,
I said
Amy does
the
call in.
baseball.
She's a big supporter of the Laugh to Save Lives, by the
So
way.
like I
Amy's
was
a
We
terrific
saying.
appreciate everything you do, Amy. Thank you.
So like I was saying, we do appreciate it. Like I was saying.
Thanks, Ellen, for calling us.
I don't understand why
Right.
people have to hate. Like I only hate one Yankee fan. We've had him on the show.
Is it me?
I don't hate the fans. I hate the team.
Right.
Oh, you hate the team. See, I hate the people.
Don't hate the fans. I have a lot
like
of.
Terry McNeely says, "You're not winning. The 20-year-old is winning. You're just winning."
I hate the team. My friends, I have most
why
of my
do you hate
friends.
the team? They
I
could
have
be
most of my
Neil
best
Wa-
friends are big Yankee fans.
But
I
Neil
am
Walker's
not
a
a
Yankee now. He was a Met, great Met,
I don't like him
good
no
Met.
more.
Now you don't like him.
No.
But what happens? When
I
they
like
come-
him, but
what-
I'm not going to root
What
for him.
happens when a Yankee like now Frazier? You don't like Frazier on the Mets?
Yeah.
Well, now you like him because he's a Met.
Yes,
uniform.
of course.
Of course.
Because he's a Met pinstripes now.
Yeah, what about when Gooden
Just
and
like-
Cone went to the Yankees? That's
Right.
the only reason why the Yankees ever won anything. They had ex-Mets.
That actually pisses me off.
it.
I will
That's
tell you.
the
what
only
it-
reason.
How did the Yankees hijack the pinstripes? The Cubs were the first team to use pinstripes, 1909.
Yeah, but the Yankees are traditional, and they stay with the same thing. The Yankees are one of the few teams that don't have the names on the back, and they stay traditional through everything.
Yes.
Which, if you notice, when they did last year,
Yeah,
with the names,
yeah.
they made a whole new jersey because
Right.
there have never been pinstripes.
And my buddy,
everybody got that jersey.
my buddy
All
Ralphie-
major league teams did that for the little league.
No, what I'm
day.
saying though is the Yankees created a jersey so that there would be no there would be no names. There's never been names on a Yankee jersey.
yes,
Right, that's something that they
you root for
decided
the
as a
team,
team.
not
and
have
that's
the
why I
player.
don't understand why they sell jerseys with the names on the back.
I don't understand that either.
Well,
That
they
makes no
have
sense.
not the authentic ones. The authentic ones
Right.
won't have that.
Now
it's the replica
now,
ones.
When
We'll get into that during the baseball.
My
show.
friend, my
I'll
friend
talk about
Ralphie,
uniforms.
my friend Ralphie is a big Yankee fan, and he loves the emblem with the Yankee thing,
Right.
and he looks for it everywhere. Like he doesn't, he wants a shirt with it on. He says, "Oh, the Mets are cool. They got the emblem with the Empire State, the thing in
Right.
the city." He said, and he likes the Yankee crown, the thing with the crown. And he can never find anywhere. The Yankees don't use it. They just use the NY.
Yeah, they don't. They use it on the. No, it's on the dugout
interlocking
jacket.
NY.
It's on their dugout jacket
Right,
now.
right.
The hat
So-
with the bat.
Tim, our friend, our Cubs fan, Tim asked us
Oh, we have a caller. It could be Ellen.
if the other team makes the World Series, would you root? So if the Yankees made the World Series, would Mets fans root for that, or if the Mets
No.
fans?
When the Yankees,
generally no.
no.
When the Yankees were in the World Series, I rooted for the
Of
Phillies.
course,
Yeah, me too.
and when the Mets were in the World Series, I
You rooted for the Red
against
Sox.
them.
Yeah, but then you'll have that
Which was
bullshit with the
conflicting for me, too,
28.
because I had to root for the Red
Look at
Sox.
the 28 we got.
Right.
That's why we don't want you people to have
Hey,
another.
hey, guys.
Because you can't
Yes.
win gracefully. Who's this?
Hey, is H2O in the building?
Is there water in the building?
It's water in the building.
Who is this? guy?
Yeah. Yeah, you want to go swimming?
Let me talk to H2O, man.
H2O.
I think you got the wrong number.
Right.
No, man. Haran Hargrave's supposed to be on the show. This was Sunday. Oh, damn. I'm looking at the
Are you a
wrong-
plumber?
Right.
What show are you trying to
know
get
what?
on? This is a first.
Sir, are you using the metric system?
He's on the wrong show.
I think he's gone.
He.
And I still look at the.
There it is.
There it is. And we're
There's
still
the
looking-
orb.
It's the mesmerizing orb.
Still looking at that.
Me too. I was.
That's what we keep looking at, folks.
Bobby, are we going to the hour?
We're back.
All right, we're going to the
behind
hour.
scenes. Hey, caller. Telephone tough guy.
So now, when you see us looking up, that's what we're looking at. It's
Get
up
it
there.
up.
we have one on the left and we have one on the right.
That's. It's sort of like when you.
We're all looking at
The orb. The orb.
We are a bunch of chooches.
That's where the
We are.
callers come from.
We are. So
If you're ever lucky enough to call,
right.
that's where you call.
Well, Tim, here's a good question for you. Now, you're a Cubs fan. Would you root
Right.
for the White Sox? Is that
Ah.
rivalry is as intense as the Mets-Yankees rivalry?
And how many cities have more than one team?
Not that many.
Not that many.
Los Angeles, I mean, California does.
California, they have a lot of teams there.
Yeah.
Too many.
They have like 5 baseball teams.
Speaking now that we don't have much time. Speaking of the Mets-Yankees rivalry, now when you go to a Mets-Yankees game,
Oh.
now
Oh.
it's intense.
It's
But the
intense.
problem is I don't like when they get too rowdy, and they shouldn't get rowdy with each other. But Philly fans are really rowdy. If you wear
You never wear the opposing team.
Oh,
you
Philly
if you're
fans
ever
are
going to go to a
really
Philly
rowdy.
game, just go and pretend you're rooting for the Phillies. But
Yeah.
you want to talk about an intense rivalry?
Bullshit. I'm going
Wow.
Met
Well,
everything.
then you
Everything.
better bring security.
And I'm gonna bring a
But
SWAT
you want to
team
talk
with me.
about the biggest rivalry there is in sports?
What is it?
The FDNY NYPD hockey
Oh
game.
my God!
Oh,
well,
wow.
yes.
That is an intense rivalry.
That is.
I stopped going because of all the fights in the stands and.
I don't know why. Why
can't?
can't you people get along with the? I don't understand.
Because we don't. However, when the stuff hits the fan and we need, and things
But
are
why
going
can't
bad.
you be like that all
Nah,
the
because
time?
you can't. We can't.
Whoever Johnny John says, I thought you guys were looking up, praying that the Mets were going to championship.
Who said mutts?
Johnny John. It was funny.
Oh, Johnny John.
It's whoever Johnny John. It was pretty funny.
Johnny John and I were we worked together in the 7-7.
He said mutts.
Tim's going to be here for
That's
Mets
not
Yankees
nice.
in July. That's great, and that's going to be a fun experience for you. Mets Yankee games are always fun.
Right, but
They-
the
I went to one once.
the hockey games.
I used to go to the whole series sometimes. They were great.
Those are
I
intense.
should have brought mace, but they don't let you bring
No.
it in.
I went around the Piazza era when it was really intense.
So
Now, the Mets were down, and the Yankee fans were doing their 27 bullshit like anybody cares. And
oh, now it's bothering you a little bit,
right
huh?
now, now,
And-
Tim, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
all this bull, right? Like
Wait,
like the dinosaur era World Series.
Right.
Right? They don't even have
got-
them on
listen,
film.
we're up against the break. We got we're up
So
against
my
the hour.
man Grandison puts one on the Pepsi porch, and now the Mets are ahead. Right? I'm sitting 3 rows behind the Mets dugout. Right? I wait till the stadium gets quiet. I go, look at the scoreboard now, grasshopper. And then DeGrom and Syndergaard and Mats all turn around and left. It was great. That was
All
my
right,
moment.
All right,
Bobby, are
everybody.
we rolling out? Thank you
We're
all
done.
for tuning in to the Laughter Saves Lives Sports Spectacular.
First time
Edition,
we covered
yeah.
the show, 3 guys, no guest.
Right.
Did the full hour.
And
I
all
don't know if
sports.
this will ever
No, we
happen
had-
again.
John is
This
livid
may never
right now.
happen again.
No guest! Oh my
You were
God! We
supposed to
didn't have a
call.
guest!
and slapping in hands.
What kind of show is this?
What kind of show is that?
This is
Oh my God! This is not the This is why we double
This is why we need guests.
We need
guests!
You guys suck. You guys were good. You really were
Fraction!
We had no viewers.
We had nobody watching.
We were watching ourselves.
We're